Good morning, I'm Julio Saenz along with Mauricio Riveros. Today we'll meet Jenifer Cawley, who started her own side hustle and now has her own full-time business.
We hope you will be inspired.
Celebrating leaders in Rochester's unique and vibrant business community, we'll meet entrepreneurs whose passion and perseverance have helped push through life's challenges. Join us as we share their stories and journeys to success. It's time to be inspired.
Jenifer, thank you very much for being in Be Inspired, a show that we developed to interview people like you who are very creative, started a business, and now you are growing. And so let's start to learn who is Jenifer.
Well, thank you for having me. Well, I can pretty much minimize down who Jenifer is in just a few words. I am, number one, a mother to four amazing kids who make life very interesting every day. I am the business owner of the JC Advantage, and we do bookkeeping and accounting services for small businesses, mainly in the Rochester area. And currently, I am a full-time student at SUNY Brockport as well.
Now, so if I understood correctly, I mean, really, because one of the things we like to ask our folks, our guests, are at what point did you decide, I want to own my business? And it sounds like for you, it was like necessity was the mother of invention.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be able to control my own schedule with my kids. Being a single parent, you have so many obligations and you just never know when something's going to come up. And the company I worked for was amazing. And they were always very, flexible with everything. But I found that I wanted to work more for myself in all the hard work I was putting in, hours and everything like that. I wanted it to work for me. And I also wanted something that long-term was going to grow myself. I wanted to grow beyond where I was at the company. And like I said, they were very understanding. They worked very well with me. And so I decided at that point, it was just, they say you just have a feeling. And I just had a feeling that it was my time to move on and do something different. And it's been great. I absolutely love what I do. I really enjoy accounting. I really enjoy my clients, meeting new people all the time. And it's just an exciting adventure every day. It's always something new. So I definitely made the right decision. I love it.
Well, that is wonderful. And for me, when we have the honor to interview people like you, who are brave enough to go and do something in their own, I always try to identify what are the keys in order to be able to keep the balance. And in your case, harder because single mom, a lot of kids in the house, and a lot of work in accounting, which is it's a very demanding work. How you create that balance? What is the secret?
Well, it's funny. Little sleep and lots of coffee. But no, right now, it takes some working. Obviously, there's been a lot of highs and lows. Never giving up I have it stuck in my head that this is where I want to be and this will be successful. So failure to me isn't even an option. So what I've learned is calendars are my best friend. And what I've recently started doing to balance the school life added to all of this is every Sunday, I sit down and plan my week out. And I have other things planned out, obviously, throughout time. But on Sunday, I sit down and I look at my week and I write down, the kids and I will talk about like what's for dinner on what night and what nights left overnight. And I schedule what days I'm going to work on what assignments and what days I'm going to work on which clients. And it's really working well. It seems to be that I'm able to keep up and everybody kind of has an allocated time, but it's taken me some time to figure that out. It's definitely, finding the time to sit and plan and just letting everything else go and finding where I need to be for the week has been key for me.
Now, we do have a lot of folks that watch the show that are either have started their own small business or large business, or they're thinking about it. What are some of the most common mistakes that you see small business owners do, when they're starting out as an accountant?
Yeah. Well, a big thing is you think you can do everything on your own. A lot of people I have met have tried to play every role in their company, and I completely understand. I struggle with it every day. You know, your business is all about you. Like, people look at your business and they look at you. And so if there's mistakes or things that are made, so if you hire employees, a lot of people struggle to hand off assignments or help because you're so afraid that they're going to make a mistake, or, you know, any delegation of anything. You're just afraid that you don't have that control. And there comes a point where you have to kind of let certain things go. You have a niche in your own business. And that's something that we found with clients. A lot of our clients are people who, you know, started off small. They did their own bookkeeping because it was small, and they might not necessarily know what they're doing, but they get the general idea. You get a general idea of how money, or, you know, money comes in, money goes out, we're good to go. And they held on to that sometimes a little too long. So what we do is we try to come in and we allow business owners to really focus on what's important to them, which is growing their business. And that's what they're good at, you know, and a lot of things in business is find your niche and go with it. That's how you're going to grow the best. So at some point, I think the delegation of jobs is one big item that small businesses struggle with business owners, because you're so passionate about your business and you want it to succeed, and you're passionate about everything about your business. So it's hard to hand that off to anybody, especially people you don't know.
And that is so important, Jenifer. Like you said, you know, you are a mechanic, or you are a plumber, or you are whatever it is your profession. You need to, you know, that's your expertise. You are not an accountant. And sometimes, like you said, you know, especially small businesses, they want to wear different hats, and they are the accountant, and they are the, you know, the manager, and then they are also in the field. So there's a lot of things there. So in your case, and in the service of specifically your company, what is the size? What size do I need to be? Do I need to be $1 million company in order to work with you? Or you work with companies who are very small, really in the beginning, that they have a very little budget? What is the range in order to say, hey, I can call Jenifer because my company has enough movement that makes sense to have an accountant? What is that element? What is the dollar value of how you determine to acquire the client?
In all honesty, we work with everybody. I work in a different respect with each of my companies, each of the clients that I work with. There's clients that, there's a restaurant that I work with that I'm actually teaching one of the owners. She does the finances of, she's like the accounting department of their restaurant. So I'm just working with her, and I helped her clean up her books and get everything in order. And then I am teaching her how to do things. So she'll come into my office and ask questions as she needs to. And we just kind of, I'm going to work with her through that. And then as far as like long-term maintenance, I'm going to meet with her once a month, once a quarter, whatever she's comfortable with, just to have a double set of eyes, you know, a double check on making sure that she thoroughly went through everything looks good. And then it goes off to the CPA for taxes at year end. I also work with, you know, one of my clients is Sam Fantuzzo, Salvatore's, and he's an unbelievably wonderful guy. He was actually one of my first clients. And, you know, he's a very big business, and I do different things for him than I would do for other clients. So there's really no borders, like lines or anything. If you need my help, or, you know, our help or whatever, we will find a way to help you. Big or small, we'll figure it out.
Fantastic. Yes, Sam is a great guy, really good person. What are you seeing as with your businesses, and do you have any advice for some of the challenges people may be facing right now with COVID?
Oh, that's tough. With our clientele, everybody's really been affected differently. It's been amazing. Obviously, it's very sad that some have, it's been detrimental to their company, but other companies have flourished in this time. And it's really like, a lot of businesses needed help with the PPP and the SBA. And so they either sought out their bank or myself or their CPA or whatnot. It's hard to give any advice only because everybody's so different on their reaction to this. My business itself really, as an overall, wasn't affected much because I had clients that struggled and I helped them through. I answered any questions. I was available constantly. I helped them through the application process, the forgiveness process. If they needed help asking questions from other people, the biggest thing is, educating yourself on everything. There is so much out there that's available. Believe it or not, they're constantly trying to help business owners. I know that Monroe County just, put out a new, talked about a new loan or grant for small businesses in a specific criteria. So businesses that might be struggling, they definitely want to consult their local, or their CPA or their local, go to their Chamber of Commerce. There's the Greece Chamber of Commerce, the Rochester Chamber of Commerce. They have a ton of information to help small businesses make, their way through this.
Well, thank you, Jenifer. We'll be back with more after these messages.
Jenifer, something that I really love of your approach, and I'm just trying, in this short interview to really understand your business model. And what I am capturing right now is that you become part of your client. I love when you said our company. So it's like you become part of the team that you are serving, and you really understand their business model, and you really understand a lot of things. So tell me a little bit, what is the model? What is the paradigm that makes your organization very unique, different than others?
Well, I know personally, I am oddly enough, a very people person. I get very personable with most of my clients. I spend a lot of time, especially with small businesses. Some businesses don't even have like a location. I might go to their house and help them do their books or sit down and work with their stuff. I had one client that every time I went there, they made me tea and toast. I mean, it was just, and we'd go there, and I am not afraid to get personal as far as like, I love my life and I love talking about my kids and I love talking about my business and, the people in my life. So I find that a lot of my clients, I just get to know them. I ask them questions, and the best way to do their bookkeeping and their accounting is to work with their team and work with them and know their business inside and out. And when you start working with people and they start talking about their business, the personal stuff kind of comes along with it. They just, and you gain a trust and this bonds with them. And I love all of my clients. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a good relationship with all of them. I could probably tell you, something special about each one of them. And I enjoy meeting with them and talking with them. And they all have taught me so much too. There's so much out there. That I work with a company that builds chicken coops, and it's amazing. These amazing chicken coops, and it just, all these different companies I work with, they bring so much to the table. So I enjoy my time with them as much as they do.
Now you probably experiencing growing, right? So you're growing a little bit your business. You're now will start hiring people, I'm sure at some point. And the question here is how you reproduce yourself, how Jenifer become other Jenifers through people that will working under you, because that's the hardest thing in business. You are very good, you are excellent, how I can feel it clearly that you are an amazing leader, but how now you transfer that same approach to your co-workers, the people who will be working with you and delivering the same quality of service to your clients?
Well, I do currently have one employee, and her name is Janelle. She's awesome. And when we interviewed, obviously you have to have this accounting background and have been basically worked in QuickBooks. Most of the clients I work with work in QuickBooks. And so you have to have some sort of background in that. But the main thing when hiring her was her personality, because I find that what makes my business unique, at least, you know, from what I've experienced, is that I develop these relationships with these clients. So I want my team to have that same personality, to be able to sit and talk to clients and be comfortable with who they are and what they know. We're not trying to sell you anything. We want you to be comfortable, you know, and we want you to understand that we want to fill a need. And so training them is more in just they watch and they experience, and I kind of talk, you know, her through stuff. And you know, right now she's helping me with the maintenance bookkeeping, basically with clients who I've had, and she does their maintenance work, and then I go in once a month and verify the information, do the month-end closing, reconcile all their accounts, and then I still meet with them. But we are slowly, you know, over time. She got hired in January, and then COVID hit in March. So she's had a little, you know, we had a little hiccup in her training for a few months while we were stuck at home. But she's doing awesome, and I'm excited for her to transition. She's excited to start meeting clients. And so basically when I take on new clients, she'll start coming with me when moving forward, so that she is also a face of the company and they learn to trust her and she can see kind of how I work with people.
And at this stage, what percentage, I'm sure we've all seen COVID has sped up some of these things, but to what extent do you still get things in hard copy in a bag of receipts? Or you get like a Excel spreadsheet? How are your customers as far as using technology and working with you?
Actually, most of my clients are amazing. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a client right now who hands over receipts. I do work with some clients that I do everything for them. So I check their mail, I pay all their bills, I communicate with anything that comes through the mail. You know, I kind of keep them in line. So I guess as far as paperwork wise, that's probably the most I get. A lot of the clients, because a lot of their vendors and their customers work digitally as well. And like I said, most of my clients work with QuickBooks. So it's QuickBooks Online, which is great because I am on call 24/7. My clients know that. So at any point in time, they could call me for something and I just pick up my computer and get on, and I'm able to access all of their information. I teach them also how to, a big thing is how to take a picture of their receipt and it goes into QuickBooks. So they're able to eliminate the paper product. You know, they keep it for so long. And then once I teach them that, they go through and do them all. And then it's just maintenance from there on. I always offer that we will do that for them if they'd like. But I think a very important piece for small businesses is for them to be involved in a little bit in each piece of their business. So I help business owners learn how to, like, where their receipt goes or how to read their financials or what they're looking for. So a lot of my clients have become very good at emailing me things, or I don't get big boxes of receipts anymore. The only time I might get that is if we take on a new client who's never had any bookkeeping and they're like, this is all it is. But once we get them up and running, we eliminate that issue.
Jenifer, really impressive. I am very impressed. And so if you can tell our audience how they can connect with you. This is an opportunity for you to basically put the word out. What's your number? How they can connect to Jenifer to have the best support in accounting service?
Well, anybody can call me anytime. My number is 585-991-3674. But we also have a website. My daughter did an amazing job, the jcadvantagellc.com. So we have a website, and we're currently located on Ridge Road behind the LA Fitness on Latona Road in the buildings back there. And my email is jennifer.cawley@thejcadvantagellc.com.
Perfect. Again, I am impressed because, with Julio, we interview a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, and you are the highlight. I'm telling you, you are impressive. You are passionate. I can see it clearly in the love of what you are doing, because the key of any business for success is to have an owner who really love what they do. And I clearly see in your case, you love what you do. For this reason, thank you very much for your time and the honor that you give us to be part of this interview. And I am sure in years to come, we will see your organization growing systematically. I love how you are training your colleague and how you will grow. This is, in my opinion, Julio, the model of how businesses need to grow. It's beautiful, your case, a single mother working hard and really overcoming a lot of challenges. Jenifer, you made my day. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me. That's very sweet.
Coming up next week, we'll meet Larry Fry, head of school for the Harley School. To watch today's episode and the complete interviews of our guests, go to rochesterfirst.com/be-inspired. For more great talk with Rochester's entrepreneurs, listen to Poder 97.1, Saturdays at 9 a.m. For Mauricio Riveros, I'm Julio Saenz. We'll see you next week on Be Inspired.